What's good, party people? It's your girl Imani, and I'm back with another book club video. So, we are on our Percy Jackson adventure journey. So I've started Sea of Monsters, and I am 100 pages in. This book is completely different from the movie. In the like Lightning Thief, there were some like minor details that were like different that were obvious or whatever, but the big plot points were still the same or whatever. And I don't know if it's just because I don't usually watch Sea of Monsters nearly as much as I've watched Lightning Thief, because Lightning Thief was a better movie, so I've seen that one way more than I've seen Sea of Monsters. But from my recollection of Sea of Monsters is not matching the first 100 pages of this book. Like at all. And I feel like I need to rewatch it because I feel like there's no way my memory of it is that off from the book. Like, I don't know, something making sense. But so we'll put a pin in that, come back to that to see if I'm just delusional and don't remember the movie in the order of it, or if it's genuinely that different from the book. So yeah, the first 100 pages, nothing too crazy. The new camp director, hate him so much. I miss Chiron, like, down bad. Like, I'm so sick of seeing this, what is his name, Tantalonius? I'm sick of seeing him, or reading him. Like, he's getting on my nerves. I'm over him and his presence. And then, maybe because I'm still in my, Percabeth phase from, like, the series, I don't like it when they're fighting, and they're fighting a lot in these first 100 pages. So I need them to get it together, especially because, like, if my memory is right, in the movie, they don't really fight about a lot except for his brother. That's the only thing that, like, causes them to fight, and Annabeth doesn't, like, tell Percy why she doesn't like him until after they run into Luke and they're on the boat or whatever, and she, like, confesses that, like, the Cyclops would kill Thalia. So I don't remember them really, like, fighting early on before then. Like, she just wasn't messing with his brother. She wasn't feeling him at all. Her and Tyson were not cool. So I don't know. I need my Percabeth to get back on the same page. Clarice is not as mean in the books right now as she was in the movie. Like, in the movie, I think what it is because in the movie they really set it up to where, like, Clarice is more of the villain, like, bully, and not Tantalonius. I don't know if I'm saying his name right, but the new camp director, he's the real bully of camp this summer in the books, but he's not even in the movies. Like, his character isn't even in the movies, or in the second movie. So they pin all of that, like, beef or, like, bad vibes on Clarice in the movies. Those are, like, my big qualms. I need Percabeth to get on the same page. I need the new camp director to go, and I need Chiron back. Love him down. Oh my gosh, yeah, when Annabeth was bawling because that's, like, her second dad. Like, at this point, she didn't spend more quality time with him than her own father, which that's for another conversation. But yeah, like, she was so heartbroken when he got fired and kicked out. Like, why did I do my girl like that? Not a fan. So yeah, that's my thoughts and opinions on the first 100 pages. See you on the next 100. Hi guys, so I am another 100 pages in, so this is all we have left back here. So we're over 2/3 left. I have like 50-ish odd pages left, I believe. And I totally get why the fans were livid when they watched that movie, because the movie is nothing like the book. Like, there's so many things left out, and I'm like shocked. Like, the whole Sea of Monsters, there's like multiple islands with different like fantasy elements. Like, there's the sirens, there was the Circe, the two sisters, I'm not gonna even try to say their names. Yeah, so there's just like all these, Hephaestus Island, which I didn't end up having to deal with, but still, it was mentioned. So like there's all these other islands, and none of that was talked about in the movie. Like, the movie, they just went from the ship being like swallowed and then coming out onto like the Cyclops' island, or like his home. Like, they skipped so many things, which is so crazy, because some of that was like really good. Like, Annabeth's whole moment with the sirens, and like identifying her fatal flaw, and like Percy's water abilities. So much more than just like controlling water in a fight. Like, he was steering the ship and learned how to do all the things, like just naturally knew how to do everything to make the ship work and sail and whatnot. And like the air bubble he created for Annabeth. Like, there's just so much more to his water abilities than it's shown in the movie. Wow. And that's even showing, like, which is crazy, because even like, again, back to the Lightning Thief, I feel like the Lightning Thief movie showed a little bit more of his water powers than the TV show has shown so far. Like, in the show, we only really saw that like he can heal by water, like, and then like he can breathe underwater. That's pretty much the only things. And then like at the very beginning, he puts that big wave on Ares, but that's like pretty much the only time we see any of his ability in the water. But the rest of it's like, him just being saved by the water, like when he fell from the ark. And so it's like, that's saying something. They're like, even the movie showed more of his water abilities than the TV show has, and it still was not showing a lot of what he really can do. So I'm excited to read the rest of the books to really see Percy become that guy, because he is that guy. And then, Pergabeth is Pergabething in this book too. They be having their little moments. When she hugged him and cried on his shoulder in the air bubble, and like, and he could not leave her to be taken by the sirens. Like, they should be having their moments. Yeah. So there's just a lot of content in these 100 pages that was just not included in the movie whatsoever, and changed a lot of the plot. Like, even the way Tyson dies in the movie is different from in the book. Like, in the book, he dies when the ship that Clarice was on explodes, but in the movie, he dies when one of Luke's henchmen shoots him in the chest and he flies off the side of the cave. So like, even that's different. And also we see Ares again in this one, and a little bit more from Kronos. And like, it's different how in here they describe it as like they're collecting pieces of him that they get when they recruit. Like, people, he gets stronger and those pieces come out, or like come together. But like in the movie, it's just kind of like all the pieces are in this tomb or casket or whatever, and they just have to open up the tomb and then it'll piece back together. So even that's different, of like the process of reviving Kronos is different. So that was a crazy 100 pages, I'm not gonna lie. so much happened. I'm like still trying to process it. But I'm now at the point where they've made it to the cave. They've connected with Grover and Clarice. So yeah, we are almost there. So yeah, check back in later. So I just finished watching Sea of Monsters, and I just want to say that yes, I am not crazy. I'm not losing it. There was a lot in the first 100 pages that are completely different from in the movie. Like in the book, Grover's on his quest for Pan, but in the movie, Grover's at Camp Half Blood like already. Like in the book, the main thing is like they have to go rescue Grover, and it just so happens that Grover's in the same place as the Golden Fleece. Whereas in the movie, they need a satyr to get to the fleece, and so that's why Grover ends up going on the quest with them. Besides, they're just like the three amigos. But yeah, because that was like tripping me out. I was like, is that like, am I crazy or did they rescue like they didn't rescue Grover? No, they did not. There was another big thing that was different in the first 100 pages, but I was like, didn't know if I was losing my mind or not. It was what was it? Oh, yeah, it was like all of that of like Percy going to school, his meeting Tyson. Because in the book, Tyson is like goes to his school, and that's how he met him. He was like the scholarship kid at their school. But and then like when they get to Camp Half Blood, Tyson can't get through because he's Cyclops, and so Annabeth has to give him permission to come in. But in the movie, Tyson just walks in, and like he already knows he's the son of Poseidon, and like but in the book he gets claimed, but in the movie he doesn't. He already knows he's Poseidon's son when he walks in, and Poseidon led him there. So yeah, those two big things were like the huge things that were really different in the first book, or in the first 100 pages of the book than the movie, to where I was literally thinking like, did I forget that much of this movie that I don't, like I'm rewriting the order of it or something? But I do know I'm not going crazy, and that the book was in the movie is very different from the book within the first 100 pages. Like those are two big plot points that I was like lost. I was like, what is happening? Like this is not the same. Versus in Lightning Thief, the plot was pretty consistent. There was only like minor-ish changes that were made. I mean, they're not minor, but like you still get the gist. Versus like Sea of Monsters, like they changed two really big parts of Tyson and Grover's story in the movie. So yeah, I just wanted to say that I'm not losing my mind, and I will keep on reading now. So stay tuned. Yo, so I have finished the book, and wow, them last 50 pages was like a little bit of a roller coaster. I mean, them dealing with the Cyclops finally and making it out of there was a whole realm of emotions, and then, this Perkabat thing, and he put that fleece on her, and he was still so concerned about her every step of that way. Like, even when they were on the hippocampus, or campi, whatever, and he was holding her up while she slept. Like, he loves her. He's not ready to admit it yet. Yeah, the plot twists were so crazy in this part, because I feel like, besides the like stuff that they didn't include in the movie from the last portion I read, but like the very end of the movie is very simple in the sense of like, okay, they get the fleece, Luke steals it, raises Kronos, they kill Kronos, take the fleece back, Thalia wakes up in the movie, right? And none of that happens in the book. Like, yeah, they get the fleece, but Clarice takes it back, which, was nice. She still got to like finish her quest, so that was still the same with the movie. But like, he fought Luke, and he didn't end up being able to use the fleece on Kronos and wake him up. So there was no fighting Kronos at all. And then Chiron had a whole portion in the book that like obviously wasn't in the movie, because in the movie he's still at Camp Half-Blood, but in the book he gets fired or whatever. I love the centaurs and the comic relief they bring. Like, they're just so funny. Like, they're literally in the middle of a fight and just, having the time of their lives. And crazy that Chiron is the son of Kronos. Yikes. That's like, so technically that's like, that makes Chiron related to the rest of the gods. Like, why do they treat him like that? Like, as if Kronos being his dad is something different than Kronos being their dad. Like, I don't like that. Like, where's this hierarchy coming? Like, just, it's like how they treated Tyson. Like, because he wasn't half human, it made him less of a child of a god. Like, no. He's the same amount of Poseidon as Percy. Just the other half is human, Tyson's is Cyclops. And I feel like I don't like that in their society, like this superiority that they got going on. It's not cute, not fun, not a fan. So I don't like that Chiron carries around this like extra shame because his father's Kronos, and he gets treated badly as if the rest of them aren't the children of Kronos as well. Like, get out of here with that hypocritical business. What else? I thought, Poseidon's little letter saying brace yourself. What does that mean? That would give me anxiety. Like, I'm gonna need you to say something, like, something as vague as that. You could have kept that. You could have just told me to, like, hey, make sure you take advantage of all your trainings and, like, stand on business. You didn't have to say brace yourself. What do you... As if I don't already know the prophecy. And now you're telling me to brace myself. Like, oh my, that would have stressed me out. And I'm 23. Imagine getting that as a 13-year-old. Okay. But, yeah, that was a good book. I will give Sea of Monsters a 3 out of 5 when I give Lightning Thief a 4 out of 5. Right now I'm ready to crack open 3. And I just might. Obviously, book over movie. But I'm not going to hate on the movie too much. It's part of my childhood. Great book. And now we go on to the next one. Book 3, The Titan's Curse. Yeah, see you then. Make sure to like, comment, subscribe, share, all the things, do them all. Let me know what you thought of the book. And if you didn't agree, argue with your mammy, not me. Bye!